Hey everyone, hope you are all doing well. Welcome back to Empowerment Whispers. I'm so glad you're here because today we're diving deep into something truly crucial, protecting your most valuable asset, your mind. You wouldn't believe how many people walk around every day, unintentionally, harming their brain without even realizing it. They fall into habits that diminish their focus, drain their energy, and keep them stuck in a rut. But here's the thing. You have the power to choose a different path. You can empower your mind to function at its best, to unlock its full potential. And in this video, I'm going to share 3 simple yet profound habits that will help you do just that. So, let's get started. Let's talk about the first habit that could be silently sabotaging your brain power. Information overload. We live in a world that's constantly bombarding us with information, from the moment we wake up to the moment we close our eyes. News feeds, notifications, emails, messages. It's relentless. And while staying informed is important, there's a hidden danger lurking beneath this constant influx of data. It's called dopamine dysregulation, and it's wreaking havoc on our ability to focus, think clearly, and tap into our true potential. Now you might be wondering, what does dopamine have to do with information overload? Well, dopamine is a neurotransmitter that plays a key role in our brain's reward system. When we encounter something pleasurable, like a delicious meal or a funny video, our brain releases dopamine, making us feel good and motivating us to seek out more of that experience. Here's the catch. Our brains aren't designed to handle the constant barrage of dopamine triggers that come with our hyper-connected world. Every notification, every like, every bit of breaking news sends a surge of dopamine to our brains, creating a cycle of craving and reward seeking that can be incredibly difficult to break free from. Over time, this constant stimulation throws our dopamine levels out of whack. We become desensitized to the pleasure response, needing more and more stimulation to feel that same sense of satisfaction. This leaves us feeling restless, anxious, and unable to focus on anything for too long. Think about it. How often do you find yourself mindlessly scrolling through social media, refreshing your inbox for the 100th time, or clicking on clickbait headlines, even when you know you have more important things to do? That's your dopamine-addled brain craving its next fix. This constant state of information overload not only affects our focus and well-being, but also hinders our ability to be creative and productive. When we're constantly consuming information, we're not giving our brains the time and space they need to process, synthesize, and generate new ideas. We become passive consumers of information instead of active creators. Think about it. When was the last time you had a truly original thought or came up with a brilliant idea while scrolling through your social media feed? Probably not recently. That's because when we're constantly bombarded with external stimuli, our brains are stuck in reactive mode, trying to keep up with the never-ending stream of information. We're not giving ourselves the mental space to tap into our inner creativity and let our imagination soar. So how do we break free from this dopamine-fueled cycle of distraction and reclaim our focus, creativity, and mental well-being? The answer is simpler than you might think. We need to embrace the power of silence. Now, I don't mean complete and utter silence, although that can be incredibly beneficial too. I'm talking about creating intentional pockets of quiet time throughout your day, where you disconnect from the digital world and give your brain a chance to rest, recharge, and reset. This could mean taking a walk in nature without your phone, meditating for a few minutes each morning, or simply sitting in silence and allowing your thoughts to wander. When you give your brain these moments of quiet, you're essentially hitting the reset button on your dopamine system. You're allowing those overstimulated pathways to calm down and regain their sensitivity, breaking the cycle of craving and distraction. And in that stillness, you'll find that your mind is free to wander, to explore new ideas, and to tap into a wellspring of creativity that you never knew existed. Now, let's move on to the second habit that could be subtly impacting your brain power: surrounding yourself with the wrong people. You might not realize it, but the people we spend our time with have a profound impact on our thoughts, feelings, and even our brain chemistry. Our brains are wired for connection, and they're constantly picking up on cues from the people around us. This phenomenon is known as neural mirroring, and it means that our brains literally synchronize with the brains of those we interact with. Think about a time when you were with someone who was feeling particularly joyful and optimistic. Didn't you find yourself feeling more upbeat and positive as well? Conversely, have you ever noticed how spending time with someone negative and cynical can leave you feeling drained and pessimistic? That's the power of neural mirroring in action. When we surround ourselves with negative people, our brains start to mirror those negative thought patterns and emotional states. It's like a contagious disease that spreads through our social circles, impacting our mood, our outlook on life, and even our physical health. One study found that gossiping, a common form of negativity, actually decreases activity in the prefrontal cortex, the part of our brain responsible for decision-making, impulse control, and complex thought. That means that when we engage in gossip, we're literally dumbing down our brains. And it's not just gossiping. Surrounding ourselves with people who are constantly complaining, criticizing, or dwelling on the negative can create a toxic environment that drags us down and prevents us from reaching our full potential. It's like trying to run a marathon while carrying a backpack full of rocks. It's exhausting, demoralizing, and ultimately, it will hold you back. The good news is that the opposite is also true. When we surround ourselves with positive, supportive, and uplifting people, our brains mirror those positive qualities as well. We start to see the world through a more optimistic lens. Our motivation increases, and we feel more capable of achieving our goals. Think about the people in your life who leave you feeling energized, inspired, and ready to take on the world. These are the people who challenge you to grow, who believe in your dreams, and who lift you up when you're feeling down. These are the relationships that will nourish your soul, fuel your passions, and help you become the best version of yourself. So take a good look at your social circle. Are the people you're spending time with adding to your life or subtracting from it? Now, I'm not suggesting that you need to cut off all contact with anyone who has a bad day or complains every now and then. We're all human, and we all go through tough times. But it's important to be mindful of the energy we surround ourselves with, and to make a conscious effort to cultivate relationships with people who lift us up, inspire us, and support our growth. Remember, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So choose your inner circle wisely. Surround yourself with people who bring out the best in you, who challenge you to think bigger, and who make you feel supported and loved. Your brain will thank you for it. All right, let's talk about habit number 3. The one that might be silently sabotaging your brain power, without you even realizing it. Checking social media first thing in the morning. You wake up, reach for your phone, and boom, you're bombarded with information, notifications, and carefully curated highlight reels. What's happening here is a surge of dopamine, that feel-good neurotransmitter flooding your brain. It feels good, right? But here's the catch. You're essentially training your brain to crave that dopamine hit all day long. You're starting your day in a reactive state, not a proactive one. Think about it. Do you really want to be a slave to your phone? Constantly chasing that next notification? Or do you want to be in control, setting your own intentions and priorities for the day? I think you know the answer. Here's the key. Your brain is incredibly programmable, especially in the morning. When you wake up, you have a golden opportunity to set the tone for your entire day. Are you going to let social media hijack your brain and dictate your mood? Or are you going to take charge and program your mind for success, focus, and creativity? Because here's the thing. Every time you check social media, you're not just consuming content. You're consuming mental energy that could be used for something far more valuable. You're essentially draining your brain's battery before you even get out of bed. And trust me, you're going to need that energy to tackle the challenges and opportunities that come your way throughout the day. So how do you break free from this morning social media trap? It's simpler than you think. First, create some distance. Move your phone away from your bed. Out of sight, out of mind, right? Second, replace the habit. Instead of scrolling through social media, do something that nourishes your mind and sets you up for a productive day. Read a book, meditate, journal, go for a walk. Listen to an inspiring podcast. Anything that fuels your brain instead of draining it. Remember, you're training your brain, and consistency is key. It might feel weird at first, but trust me, the rewards are worth it. Imagine this. You wake up feeling refreshed and energized. You start your day with intention and purpose, focusing on your goals and priorities. You're not distracted by the noise and negativity of social media. Instead, you're present, focused, and in control of your day. This is the power of breaking free from the morning social media trap. It's about reclaiming your time, your energy, and ultimately your life. So are you ready to take back control of your mornings? Are you ready to unlock your full potential? I know you are. We've covered a lot today, and I want to leave you with the most important takeaways. 3 simple habits to protect your most valuable asset, your brain. Number 1, be mindful of information overload and create space for silence and boredom. Number 2, Surround yourself with positive, supportive people who lift you up instead of dragging you down. And number 3, resist the urge to check social media first thing in the morning. Remember, your brain is programmable. You get to choose what you feed it. These habits may seem small, but I promise you, they have the power to transform your life. It's time to take control, to prioritize your well-being, and to unleash the incredible potential that lies within you. This is Empowerment Whispers, reminding you that you have the power to create the life you want. See you next time.